Hello. I am calling out to the internet for serious and dire help. Quick warning before I start ranting and raving, though. If you have no knowledge of any sort of Fallout lore, and you don't know anything about D&D, you are going to be quite confused. I don't have time to explain any of that, so I'm not going to. I lied, I do have time, I'm just not going to. Basically, the thing that I'm trying to do is I'm making a Fallout Antarctica D&D one-shot type of thing. And basically, where it's taking place is right here. And this map is zoomed in. This is the area that they're going to be. The campaign's going to have three main factions. It's going to be the Enclave, Imref, and the Whalers, each indicated by this wonderful array of colors. But my problem is, I don't have a clue what to do quite yet. Really, I have a general direction that I'd like to take it, but I have no gravel on which to build my road of excitement on. Just to do a quick recap of what I have so far. So, in the chaos of all the people, like, during the Great War, all the people are pressing buttons, they're all sending nukes everywhere. There is a rumor that one of the sides, doesn't matter which one, has a super weapon. A bomb that could level an entire country in an instant. No need for 50 of them or whatever. Just a mini Project Sundial. If you don't know what that is, I'm not going to elaborate. And so, in the chaos of all this, there's like, well, if that thing gets launched and... it hits us, well, we're gonna be fucked either way. So what I'm going to do is have a bunch of nukes launched in this area where it is rumored to be kept. But through plot armor and stuff, and in order to make it more interesting, they all miss. And rather, they'll hit right here in the water, and they don't detonate. Instead, what they do is they do a slow burn, giving marine life around it very lethal doses of radiation and stuff in the process. And where my players are going to be is 500 years in the future. There is all this stuff. This MREF is a research lab that was occupying the area before the bombs dropped and stuff. And so they're sort of carrying on that mission and such. The reason that the Enclave is there is because, little known fact, Antarctica is a very mineral-rich place. The Enclave is there because they've got gas, they've got oil, they've got gold, all in, like, the land and stuff. So that's why they're there. And then there's this third one. I'm not gonna lie, it's my favorite idea ever. I fucking love it. Like, okay, so basically, there's this guy. There's this Argentinian fisherman, alright? His grandfather was a whaler and stuff. But either way, he was around when the bombs dropped and stuff. So he sees all of this, but since he's in Argentina, no bombs are dropped there. But that does not protect them from the panic that it induces in its people, causing looting, fires, all sorts of bad shit. And so what happens is, in the chaos, his wife and children die in burning in their fire. And so what he does is he goes out and he kills every single one of these hooligans. Then once he's done, he grabs these people that have also lost a lot of stuff, and what they do is they decide, okay, well, if we're gonna live without the people that we love, we're gonna do it while we're stinking fucking rich. And so they start whaling. But because of the nukes and stuff that have been dosing radiation and stuff, they keep noticing that the herds return with less and less quality meat and stuff, and it's getting worse and worse. And all of this stuff is affecting their returns and stuff on each expedition. So after like a year or two of them noticing that it's dwindling, they go out. They follow one of the herds to see what the fuck's going on. So they do, and then they find the fucking nukes and stuff. And then they find one that's actually ghoulified. And what they do is they harpoon it. They can't kill it because ghoulified and stuff. That'd be pretty difficult. But they look at it, they study it, they realize this thing doesn't need much food at all. It doesn't need much anything. And so what they do is they actually, okay, this is going to sound a lot like animal cruelty. And it probably technically is. But what I'm going to say is like that there was some sort of parasitic worm and stuff that wriggled its way through the blowhole and then carved out all the fatty stuff inside and stuff. Because sperm whales, little known fact, or very known fact, I don't fucking know. It's a fact. Their heads, for some reason, made to ram. Don't know why, but either way, the majority of their forehead and stuff is cushioning. And if they're not ramming, then they don't fucking need it. And so, since I decided that these things wouldn't be ramming, I decided, you know what? What would stop some sort of fucking parasite from hollowing this out? And so they look at it, they realize, they examine it in order to like get a better feel of what the fuck they're dealing with. And so they look and see, whoa, this is an entire cavity and stuff that's hollowed out. And it's bigger because, mutations or whatever the fuck. I'm taking a lot of creative liberties here. Or not any. I don't fucking know. Either way, shut up, listen. But either way. So what they're doing and stuff is they decide, okay, you know what, this fucking thing, you know what, we're going to stop whaling, we're going to stop hunting these things, and instead we're going to use them as ships. Alright? And so what they do is they reinforce the inside of this one, grab a bunch of other ones that also kind of hollow out, well, of course they're smaller though. They get the big one first. And they reinforce the inside with planks and stuff, slitting them through the blowhole and stuff, and eventually making a fully functioning ship down there. And they're irradiated and stuff, so over time, as this crew and stuff uses them, more and more of them turn into ghouls and stuff. With the man that I was talking about earlier, that was around when the bombs dropped and stuff and killed all the hooligans, with him becoming a glowing one, and still being around 500 years later, where my players are. And basically this man, he's very no tolerance for any sort of fooling around. I mean, like, no mischief will be had around this man. But that's very controversial to the fact that he's running a sailor's crew and stuff. And sailors tend to be... But either way, whenever he sees a loose end, he fucking burns it right there. And then we get to my problem. I have this all this lore for this one faction. And fucking nothing for the other ones. Like, I don't have any sort of backstory for this. Fucking, I have this. This is what I fucking have. But either way, my thing is, help. Somehow, some way, help. If you are one of my players, do not continue watching or else you will get serious spoilers. I did not expect that to make that much noise. But either way, the direction that I want to take it is that the bomb that was rumored, and the reason why all these other bombs were fired and stuff, the rumored super weapon that can level a country, is in there. I eventually want it to be like, okay, it's there, and it's going to be here, in the Shattered Desert. Why is it called the Shattered Desert? Well, because when I first came up with the idea of a Fallout Antarctica, I had the dream of mutated whales surfacing up through a thin layer, a relatively thin layer of ice. The ones that would be ramming through here, mutated different. They're immune to the hollowing worms, somehow. I'll make them reinforced or whatever. But either way, they're here, and the reason why it's called Shattered Desert is because constantly they're popping up like worms and stuff. I don't know. Either way, very dangerous. Want it to be a very perilous and terrifying journey and stuff. But eventually they go out here and they find the big bomb. And from there they can decide, okay, what the fuck do we do with this thing? And obviously I'm going to have each one of them say like, oh, this one's going to use it as a weapon in order to rebuild the world or whatever. This one's gonna use it to study its effects or whatever. This one's gonna just say, like, bury it at the bottom of the ocean or something. By the way, I didn't have a name for this fucking thing until like 24 hours ago. IMREF. You know what that stands for? It stands for Institute of Medical Research and Engineering Facilities. Right there. Sounded neat. Whatever. I don't fucking know. But either way, there's IMREF here. Science people think, the Institute, but like no synths or teleportation or anything. They might be in contact with the Institute. I don't know. I haven't gotten my players' characters at all. I'm allowing them to like be from other places or whatever. Like one of them that I have been talking to, he was saying that he was gonna be an ex-legate or whatever that suddenly sees the horrors of what he's doing and then just decides to dip on a boat with a bunch of others, but only he makes it here and stuff. But either way, Dudsport and stuff, that's mainly like sort of touch base and stuff. That's where they trade and stuff. Shackton, it's occupied by people that have defected from either this place, or this place, and the descendants of the people who have defected from there. And Graveyard, it has a lot of ghouls in it and stuff, and it's farther away from the Citadel and stuff, because xenophobia. Ugh. But either way, that's all that. To sum up all the fucking shit that I'm doing, help. I already have this fucking thing sorted out. I'll figure out how they introduce and stuff. I'm not asking you to be a DM. I'm asking for like some sort of fucking... My dream is for all of them to be terrible fucking options, and for the players to have to steel themselves with the reality that there are no perfect endings, and that regardless of what option you choose, there will always be evil being done. And I want that. And that involves tagging some evil shit to IMREF. So far, I got fucking nothing, alright? There's not a lot of people that they can experiment on or whatever, and the main reason why they're there is to study the effects of of what it's doing to the fucking... They're studying the effects of the fucking... What the... Ah! Stop! The effects of the radiation and stuff. And it's not a matter of lesser evils that I want them to pick from. It's a matter of different evils. This one does suppression in order to rebuild the world. This one is far more chaotic and, like, anarchist, saying that we don't deserve another world. I need something for that fucking one! And I'm fucking empty here, man! You gotta fucking help me, man! Oh, fuck! But I don't fucking... You got any ideas, man? Look at me. You look at... Look at me. You look at me. I fucking juiced my brain. Alright? I juiced my brain with the fucking whalers. You know what their captain's name is? It's Amos something. In reference of Moby Dick. I'm fucking juiced, man. I'm not juiced, like, as in my brain is ringed. It's ringed out, alright? All this thinks is thunk. I need help. Oh, another thing. I decided to have the grand idea to use special stats instead of, like, the typical D&D stats. For reference, I'm not really a big... Our group isn't really a huge... Half our shit is homebrew, alright? Longest time, I didn't even have a character sheet for mine. I was just using based 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 for all of it. There's a human ranger that didn't do any spells. Because that shit's complicated. I still don't fucking know how to do spells, and that's why I decided to go with Fallout. Because there's no fucking magic. If you know the shit that I need, give it to me, please. I got fucking nothing. I don't have nothing. I have something. I just need more. And it's far easier to cry out into the cosmos of the internet than to sit down in a blank room with a whiteboard. This is a little lazy, yes, but I don't want to. Did I mention that this is my first time ever DMing? Yeah, really did a doozy with that one. Either way, please help, or send someone who can help, or laugh at this, and send it to a friend who can also laugh at this. Anyway, bye.